Next presenter is Anupa. I request her to present her lecture.
Okay. Hello. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So my name is Anupa. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, Shakti-san, for inviting. So here today, with great pleasure, I'd like to speak a few points to you all. I'm sure this will benefit you greatly. So please pay attention. So my points would be number one, there are so many countries out there, but why Japan? And number two would be, is Japanese necessary to come to Japan? I know you'll be knowing this from all these talks, but still. And number three, what are the job opportunities here? So, number one, so many countries out there, why Japan? Basically, we can think of reasons like Japan is a nice country and we can have a good work, good life here. Above all, about everything, the cherry on top is, to me, Japan needs you. As Shakti-san mentioned, Japan needs human power, right? So, in my opinion, okay, to make it clear, I'll tell you something. Would you like to go to a place where you feel welcomed or not welcomed? That's it. So Japan needs you. So if you have the right, skills and plus the Japanese language, there'll be plenty of opportunities here. Even in my experience, I have had, I work with Link Japan Careers as a recruiting consultant for over 5 years now. So um, so many companies are looking forward to hire foreign professionals to have this international atmosphere there, and yeah, of course, they need people, right? So that's there. So if you can learn Japanese and try to fit into those positions, it's really good for all of us. And another thing is Japanese necessary to come to Japan? Of course, it is very much essential. And I can take this example from my work. We have had a client who wanted to recruit more than 50 IT professionals. Of course, then it was domestic market, but they were ready to open to international as well, like overseas. But the point was everything, technical expertise, everything was listed. And the main point was they need people with JLPT N2 and above. Uh, as you may be already aware, there are like 5 levels as explained. So N5, it starts with N5, N4, N3, N2, and N1. So N2 is considered as business level Japanese here. So they wanted people with business level Japanese. So because they have to communicate with other team members, everyone, right? So that's why business level Japanese is a mandatory for them. So I was so thrilled. It is 50 people and I was screening all the resumes, things, and I could see a lot of people with so many expertise and technical knowledge, but when it comes to the Japanese level, it was not so happy for me moment for me. So then I realized, whatever we have, if we don't have the right thing, we cannot get that entry, right? So this is a situation, it was an entry level position, so I cannot approach or I cannot process somebody with so many experience for that position. So it's matching, the right skill set should match. So my advice would be to start Japanese as early as you can, and which can bring everything in this circle, and you can grab a position. If you want to come to Japan, you can grab a position like that and all. So speaking about that, what are the other opportunities in Japan? Well, whatever, I can think of so many IT positions. So IT background plus Japanese is a combination you cannot even imagine. So please work on that. If you, I'm sure so many university students are here in this session today, so you can think about it. and other opportunities are also there. So if you can work on your Japanese, you name it, you have that position here. And whatever, when for being a recruitment consultant, when I see resume, when I sort through it, we get a lot of things, lot of applications, right? So when the Japanese level, some particular level, especially N2 is a requirement, we sort through people who have N2. So whatever experience they have, whatever technical knowledge they have, if they don't have this baseline, we cannot process them. If you have a charismatic personality and you can impress anybody, which is very good for you, but in order to take it out, you need to pass the first level. The first level, if the first level is Japanese, you know just go for it. Just go for it, that's it. So you can secure you can secure a good position, of course, from so many options. So the number really increases with this Japanese skill. And there are other positions as well, because our company, we recruit teachers from all over the world to Japan to teach kids, to teach school kids in Japan. So Japanese is not very mandatory there, but still, if you have Japanese, because the person has to work with a local school and need to communicate well. So if you have Japanese, you can definitely you know jump ahead and leave like 100 people behind. That's a situation. That's with any job, actually. So that's one of it. And that's for teaching English mainly. So some of you might be thinking, can I teach English? It's not my major, but it is possible if you have neutral accent and right proficiency. You can do that as well. So many opportunities will be there. So you can start your Japanese maybe today, or as early as you can. It will greatly benefit you. And there is one more thing. If I can give you a piece of advice, that would be the speed. The earlier, the better, because every year we have so many people, graduating and coming out. So if you can tackle the situation as early as possible, that will be best for you. And my advice would be, if you are studying currently, try to aim for GLPT N2 by the time you graduate. So if you can't do it, it's also fine. You can work from now also. But if you can do that, what will happen? So you can start applying to jobs and secure as early as possible. And of course, there will be people like, oh, I can't do that. Do you have to think that? Okay, let me tell you something from my experience. For those who doubt their ability, I have met people who took N2 in GLPT N2 in 4 or 5 years, and some people they took N5 and never progressed, and other set of people, they took N2 in 1 year. Yes, I said 1 year. So is it possible? Yes, it's possible. So who decide is it possible for you or not? Your parents, your relatives, friends? Nobody. It's you. So it's you who decide, but if you can do it or not. So just go for it. It's like preparing your life jacket. I'm not saying everyone wants to come to Japan. They will have their preferences, but this is like your life jacket, GLPT N2 or equivalent thing. So just make it slowly and steadily. So after graduating, you should be having so many options. So if you decide and would like to come to Japan and start applying to jobs, you can just wear it and jump. All right. I hope it makes sense. So this is my advice to you, and I wish you all the very best. And thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Anupa, for your sharing your practical experience with us. I think our students will be highly benefited, and they will start soon, not later. Anyway.